We've worked through it all already. Hello friends, TEZOS price action about to explode towards the top side. Are we going to take advantage of some reversal patterns here for us in terms of the short to medium term? Can we expect upward side price action, or what would be looking at the downside? Now if we did get upward side price action, do we have any majestic targets there? Well, the TEZOS price could see a crazy price of $5.60 TEZOS per token per TEZOS in the near future. But if you want to actually really think about the next side targets, we're actually still looking towards this 1618 up here at $7.35. Are those possibilities, one of which there, that second one, more than 100% increase towards the top side, still available? Are those options still on for us? Well, I'm here to tell you they potentially are. Looking at the Fibonacci's in terms of the recent highs down to the areas where we've come down to again, then I'm looking at this Fibonacci, which I'll just actually make white for or not white, this is white. I'll make it yellow, or something like that, so you can see the difference between the ones I'm talking about. Okay, so this, in terms of this yellow Fibonacci going against the downward trend that we've just had, we've just arrived back above the 236 in there at the 355 area. That's key for us, and it's lovely to see it happening with a little bit of a pattern that we'll zoom in on in a second. Now in terms of the bigger Fibonacci retracement there, which is drawn in from the lows over here on the at 150 up to the highs that we've just had, we've actually come down and filled in the golden pocket oh so perfectly, just in that way that we love to talk about with TEZOS being wonderful for trading. Well, there you go, down to fill it in, retested around the 618. This wicks showing us they're not quite pushing on down any further. How are the bodies actually doing? Well, we can see the bodies here on the 12-hour time frame are also lining up the way, and these are coming down the way. Oh my goodness, this looks like we have a good case to be made already right here for a triangular pattern of some sort. Now the question really is this going to be a bear flag for us, showing us that we're about to go further towards the downside, or give us the first big stage of a move towards the top side? Going down, by the way, is obviously looking past the 618, and it takes us down to the targets of around about 240, and from there you're looking down to 240 to down to 222 to 222. But really before then, I think the previous low, as represented by not only the 200 simple period moving average here on the 12-hour time frame, the 100 on the daily, but also the Donchian channels here, which you can see, for instance, also all lining up, showing us that this is an area of key consideration if we do go down the way. Let's call that fake out territory for us, our textbook measured move, perhaps, if you want towards the downside. But looking up the way, we can see that we have the baseline of the Donchian channels in at around about $4. We have the 382 in around about $4. We have the 50% in at around about 420. If you want to get high, that's the 50% line to look to. Now the 618 thereafter comes in at 468, and that would be your next target up the way. But off the back of this, in terms of a measured move, really looking at this horizontal yellow serrated line here, which we already laid out is in around about 450, would be wiser probably in terms of your profit taken if we do get a break towards the top side. A lot of work to be done on this one, it has to be said, so we're really counting on this coming in and saying that we've got some hidden bullish divergence at this low on the MACD. And indeed, let's hope to see that this is showing us the way in terms of a potential cross in the RSI and taking out the structural middle ground of that neutral line. Can we see this come up and cross? However you choose to enter into this is going to be up to you, but if we see all those things happen at the same time as volume coming in with a breakout towards this one, then of course my actual price target is going to come up with a lining up with the perfectly at the bottom end of the neckline or the confirmation line of the previous descending triangle, which marked out the top for us here on TEZOS. Okay, giving you that your clear profit taking target up there at 439, right? That's how I'd be going for this one myself, and you can use any of those other numbers we talked about recently. Post that point, then I'll be looking and saying, can we move on past it? And if we do, then of course various ways of managing your risk thereafter and what we'd be looking at. But that's more than good enough in terms of a move for us, because between these 2 points is of course a 22% move. What more do you need? Now, reminders to folk who don't really need it, but they're just quick before we go. If we do go do the same thing and break down past this clear area of the horizontal support line, then we could be looking down towards a 10% drop down move towards the 200 simple Now, that would maybe offer up a decent enough area if we see this giving us as a confirmation for a retest and then up after. That's a different way of trading things. Just simply talking about this from in terms of the pattern of where we are just now and the broader picture of where we could go if this little opportunity doesn't go in our favor. That's essentially what we're talking about on Tezos. Hit that like and that subscribe. I really do appreciate every single last one of you. Cool, nice one. What did we, I did have a long look at T-Court, very interesting. Right, cool, nice one. So anyway, we also had somebody ask earlier on to take a look at